Brian here with Prudential Pest Solutions, and in this video I'm going to show you how we treated for subterranean termites around a commercial building in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Now what was interesting about this job was that there was absolutely no dirt around the outside of the property. It was all concrete. So in this particular method we decided to use the Termidor HE, which is where we drill into the concrete every 18 inches and apply the termiticide directly in there, and then we cap it up. So let's take a look at how we did it. So as you can see here, we're not going to use just a regular cordless drill that you would find in your garage or shop. We're going to use a battery-powered rotary hammer drill, and this is great for getting through concrete. So we're going to use a 1/2-inch drill bit that's made for concrete. It's a masonry bit, and I like to use the 24-inch ones. That way my back isn't dead by the end of the day. It allows me to stand up a little bit. I like to lean against the wall to ensure that I'm getting straight down onto the drill, and I let the drill do the work. So we're going to make these holes, these 1/2-inch holes, every 18 inches. And what this is going to allow, it's going to allow us with our injection rod, which I'm going to show you very shortly, us to apply the Termidor HE directly onto the foundation and at a regular interval, so that when that tip goes into the ground, it's fanning out the spray, and we're going to hit every inch of that foundation, because these are subterranean termites. This treatment took place in Westchester, Pennsylvania, which is in Chester County, and we only have subterranean termites. So these termites are coming from the ground and they're coming up. So we're going to drill every 18 inches, and like I said earlier, that there is no dirt around here. If there was dirt, you can see in some of our other videos how we would actually make a trench with a pickaxe, and then we would fill in that trench with the Termidor HE. So you can see now that our holes are all drilled, we're going to get all that dust and all that concrete debris out of there so that we're ready to prep. Now, why did we use Termidor for this specific job? Well, number one, it's the best product available, and we want to ensure that we're killing the termites for now and for the long term. So that's the first thing. But the other thing is we can't use baits or monitors in this situation without drilling even larger holes through the concrete. So if we're going to drill big holes, let's make them small, and let's do it the right way, which is using the Termidor HE. Now, why does Termidor work so well with termites and ants and those other social insects? Well, it's because the active ingredient is fipronil. And what fipronil does is that it doesn't kill them right away. It allows them to transfer the product from one to another, to another, to another, and it makes it all the way back to the colony. It is the best commercial product we have available, and that's why we use it for most of our termite treatments. Now you can see here, here's our lead tech, Jesse, and he's using our termite injection rod with a flow meter to accurately and deliberately apply the product below the concrete. So we saw a little bit of product above. That's going to dry off in a second here. No worries. So what's really nice about these treatments is that because we're applying it below the concrete and below the grade of the soil, is that number one, then we're getting right to where the termites are. But the other thing is that we're not posing any risk to wildlife, kids, pets, anything like that, because everything is below the concrete, and then we're going to plug all these up by the end. And I'll show you at the end of the video what we use and how we go about doing that. So Jesse's going to go along and treat all those holes here, but let's take a look at our termite truck here. So this is our first ever vehicle that I bought for the company, and we have our 50-gallon rig in the back, our hose, our gas-powered pump, and we're just feeding that product through the tank, into the hose, into that ejection rod, and then eventually into the ground. So that's how we actually do it, and we are. I am an Iraq War veteran of the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fidelis. So we call this van, it's a termite truck, we call it Pest Force One, kind of named after Air Force One. I don't know whose name came first. We'll call that a wash, but this is Pest Force One, and this is what we use for all of our termite treatments. Now, the termite treatment is complete. What do we do next? We're going to use these super plugs, which are these polycarbonate plugs, and we're going to push them into each and every hole. And what that's going to do is going to allow a nice finish. It's going to allow us to retreat if we need to. Not very likely, but sometimes we need to retreat an area, and this allows us to prevent drilling through the concrete again. So that is our termite treatment for Westchester, Pennsylvania. So if you have termites, or think you have termites, or just frankly don't want termites, it's time to call Prudential Pest Solutions at 484-401-4361. We service all of Berks County, Chester County, and Southeastern Pennsylvania. You can find us online at prudentialpest.com. We are a family and veteran-owned and operated pest control and termite company.